If you're young and intending to learn spiritual practices like Reiki, watch this video first before taking a step further. So I want to start by sharing a case of a young lady that came to my mentor Teacher Lu Xia to seek her advice on life in general. So one of the first things that my mentor Teacher Lu Xia told this lady is that right now your energy is very good and you cultivate it very well. She's basically studying traditional Chinese medicine and she's taking her PhD. But she's also someone who's very spiritually curious and adventurous. So she also asked my mentor Teacher Lu Xia, right now I'm learning Reiki. Do you think that I can progress on to teach Reiki or even infuse it together with my traditional Chinese medicine practice? So that's where my mentor Teacher Lu Xia told her that it's best not to go too deep into Reiki for you at this point in time. Because why? Teacher Lu Xia told her that right now you're learning the TCM modality and you haven't fully mastered this modality yet. If you were to try to go into another modality, in this case Reiki, you might end up not doing both well. So at this point, some of you who are listening, you may find it confusing. Why is that so? So think of it as learning Kung Fu. You're learning, for example, this particular Kung Fu style, let's say Wing Chun, and you haven't fully mastered Wing Chun yet, and you add in another martial art style, for instance. So when you mix both together, you might end up not being a master in any one of these. And Teacher Lu Xia told her that when it comes to TCM, even the highest level TCM practice also involves harnessing the energies of the universe, which is also what advanced Reiki practice is about as well. So actually both leads to a similar path, just using different specific modalities to heal people and treat them. So Teacher Lu Xia's advice to her is to master first her traditional Chinese medicine path. And once she's stable and have a certain level of mastery in that, then look at learning more spiritual practices like Reiki or other things. So I want to share this case study because one thing that I learned from my mentor Teacher Lu Xia that I feel is very important, especially young people who are spiritually curious, before we delve into any particular spiritual specific practice like Reiki, Tarot, things that are outside of this three-dimensional space, dealing with energies and things that we cannot perceive. My mentor Teacher Lu Xia always shares that it's very important for us to have a strong, solid human and energy foundation. So what does that mean? So human foundation in a sense that we have to have our human life settled first. You know, our career, we have to be doing well. We have to be earning a decent living. Our career has to be settled. Our health, of course, most importantly, physical health. And of course, our human conduct, like having filial piety to our parents, taking care of the people around us, uniting with our siblings. So my mentor Teacher Lu Xia always shares that doing well in the human path is the foundation for higher spiritual practice. Even if you want to learn higher level advanced spiritual stuff, dealing with things that are out of this world. But if your human world life is not fully settled, then you lack that foundation. This foundation is very weak. See, a common danger that many young spiritual seekers get into is that they get too caught up with all this spiritual and fanciful stuff. And they find it very mystical, very amazing. It makes them feel superior to have this ability to heal people or to see things that are outside of this three-dimensional space. But however, without the proper grounding, the right mindset and intentions, it's very easy to go astray. In Mandarin, we call it 走火入魔, which is what my mentor Teacher Lu Xia was concerned for this TCM student. Because when you dabble into the spiritual, the unknown, without this right mind and human grounding, it's very easy for you to go astray. Which is why many people end up becoming spiritually haywired when they delve into the spiritual without the right understanding, the right mindset and the right intentions when it comes to it. So for those of you young friends who are spiritually curious and you are looking to take up a certain practice, it's always very important to ask yourself, what is your intention of going to spirituality? Is it because you see that it's a trend, it's so cool, you know, to have these abilities, to see things that are outside of this realm, right? Maybe you want to go into it to earn a quick buck, to heal people, you think that's something cool. If that's your intention, then it's better not to get into it. The second question is to ask yourself, have you conducted yourself well as a person? Your mindset, your behavior, your actions. So to go into even more specifics, why is the human path conduct very important? For instance, filial piety to our parents. So when we do not even care for the people that gave birth to us or that are the closest to us in our lives, then how much care can we truly give to a stranger and external party to want to heal them? It's kind of superficial and hypocritical even. That is why my mentor Teacher Lu Xia always shares that setting our human conduct well is the foundation for building higher spiritual practice. So in fact, that's my mentor Teacher Lu Xia's advice to all young spiritual seekers. Once you do this human path side of things well, conduct yourself well as a person, your career is okay, your health is okay, your relationships, your marriage, your family relationships are strong, naturally you have that strong energetic foundation that can help you become a better healer or spiritual practitioner down the road. I hope that this video can help any one of you who are watching this.